This will defend.
Fly Army.
Above the best.
Major General Claire Gill, Commanding General, United States Army Aviation Center of Excellence in Fort Novosel, welcome to the graduation ceremony for flight school. Would everyone please stand for the invocation and the playing of the national anthem? Chaplain Anthony Deriviere will give our invocation.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we come here this morning celebrating what you allowed each leader to accomplish. We thank you for being by their sides during the good and difficult seasons. May you continue to bless and protect each leader as they continue their journey in the United States Army. Let's not forget the spouses, children, parents, and mentors who helped shape the development of these excellent aviators. In addition, may we give thanks to the cadre members who have spent countless hours helping, developing, mentoring, and sometimes nurturing these soldiers. May your light shine over and through these leaders. It's in your precious name I pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your headdress. Thank you. You may be seated. Please welcome Lieutenant Colonel Mark Axtell, Commander of 1st Battalion, 145th Aviation Regiment.
Good morning. What an exciting day for Army Aviation. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to today's graduation ceremony. Family members, friends, and instructors, thank you for your support in commemorating this tremendous occasion. We're delighted you can celebrate with us this morning. Attending the ceremony representing the United States Army Aviation Center of Excellence are Brigadier General Ken Cole, Deputy Commanding General, Sergeant Major John Bonilla, 1st Aviation Brigade, Command Sergeant Major Emeritus. Thank you all for joining us. To our newest Army aviators, congratulations on achieving a significant milestone. In just a few minutes, your flight school journey will come to an end as your friends and family pin on the wings you've worked so hard to achieve. I hope they will always remind you of three things: the professional aviators who trained you, the special community you now belong to, and the sacred duty we have to support the ground force. The ground force is depending on you to get them where they need to be, when they need to be there, or to protect them from the enemy. And when you find yourself on the receiving end of a frantic radio call for help, I know you'll respond, moving heaven and earth to help the men and women on the ground, because that's what Army Aviation is all about. We exist to support the ground force. I'm proud of you and eager to see each of you realize your full potential as Army aviators. Before I introduce our guest speaker, I would like to quickly reiterate the process for pinning our aviators. Your aviator will be called forward, cross the stage, then stand up before the stage to await their family or friends to come and pin on their wings. The master of ceremony will cue you by saying, "Please come forward to pin your aviator." At that time, please come forward and pin the wings on your aviator. Take a brief moment to celebrate this momentous occasion before returning to your seats. The stage will be available after graduation for you to take as many additional photographs as you would like. Graduates, this is a defining moment for you and your family, one you'll likely never forget. Congratulations to all of you. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce the guest speaker for today's graduation ceremony. Colonel Joseph McCarthy is a master aviator, instructor pilot, and has more than 23 years of military service. He was commissioned from the U.S. Army Officer Candidate School in 2002 as an... There's so much more, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Axtell, for the gracious welcome and introduction you try to give me. But this isn't about me, and if you're really curious about what I've done in my career, you can read the novel they put in the pamphlet. Man, today is such an incredible day for our Army Aviation, and most importantly, the officers and warrant officers sitting before me from the class of 2504. And I can't think of a more fitting place to graduate from flight school than the Army Aviation Museum, surrounded by the rich history of our branch that reflects the commitment we have to the soldiers on the ground. When I look at that Huey behind you conducting an air assault of combat troopers, that image represents what is most special about our chosen profession. The people who fly, crew, and maintain our aircraft, who give all to ensure our brothers and sisters on the ground always have the tactical advantage. I'd also like to thank our Commanding General, Major General Gill, as well as General Cole and Sergeant Major Bonilla, who are allowed me to be your guest speaker today. Despite what CW5 Abilene said last night, it won't be that bad, I promise you. And as I look across the stage here and in the audience, I see a lot of friends, brothers and sisters in arms that I've served with over the past 22 plus years. And it makes me feel blessed, humbled, and incredibly unqualified to be up here speaking to you. Many of them played a huge part in helping you get here. And on that note, I'd like to thank the instructors that are here today and streaming on YouTube Live for their unwavering dedication in shaping the future aviators and leaders we honor today. A lot of them are conducting flight training right now of the people that will graduate here in the months ahead. So thank you so much for your incredible dedication to our profession. Your expertise, patience, and commitment go beyond technical skills because you've instilled discipline, resilience, and leadership. Through countless hours in the classroom, simulators, and the cockpit, you share knowledge and wisdom drawn from your own experiences. You've not only trained aviators, but forged leaders who will uphold the proud traditions of Army aviation. I'd also like to recognize the wonderful family members and friends sitting in the seats behind you, ready to jump out of their seats and cheer you on as your name gets called in a few moments. Your devoted loved ones have been the bedrock of your support throughout the entirety of your lives. They've been in your corner, being your biggest cheerleader the entire time. And if you would, let us all take a moment to recognize them for all they've done for you throughout your time here in flight school. Because everyone in the audience fully understands that it took a team to get you to this point, to support you while you've committed yourselves in becoming Army aviators. Trust me, as you go forward, it's also our precious families and friends that keep us grounded long after we walk out of the museum today. As a soldier that's been deployed around the world a few times, this is even more true when you're far from home. And since service to our nation, our fellow Americans, tends to be a family affair, I'd also like to ask all the veterans that are in attendance today to please stand. Thank you. Thank you all for your service and all the things that you instilled in your flight school students that set them up for success today. So as I sat down to draft my remarks today, I tried to place myself back in your shoes, but unfortunately, I never got a flight school graduation. You see, I'm a second-time go in being an Army aviator, unlike all of you here that are before me. I branch transferred from the infantry back in 2006 as a captain. So after passing my MVG check ride, I went straight to the captain's career course, and I got my certificate and my wings in building 5700 all by myself. So if it's okay with the class of 2504, this could be my flight school graduation as well. Is that cool? All right. But what I do distinctly remember was how I felt and how eager and ready I was to leave the gates of then Fort Rucker, ready to tackle the Army and train every day to prepare to do our nation's business. But today's about you, our newest Army aviators. You've been here for over a year or more with a razor-sharp focus, and you've done it. Congratulations. This is an incredible accomplishment. But before you jump in your car and leave Fort Novosel in the rearview mirror, like Lieutenant Colonel Axtell, I have to leave you with 3 things to think about as you leave the home of Army Aviation for your next chapter and what will surely be an amazing career. First, as aviators, we tend to identify with our platforms. So many of you are now calling yourselves Apache, Black Hawk, Chinook, or airline pilots. I mean Army fixed-wing pilots, sorry. I always get that confused. That's fine to have pride in your aircraft, but as you graduate flight school today, you're aviation warfighters that are expected to be masters in combined arms maneuver. So you'll go back to your units or go back to your home state and join platooning companies. You'll create training plans to build readiness and gain proficiency in your medals. You'll work shoulder to shoulder with our amazing non-commissioned officers and enlisted soldiers, and you'll begin to train in larger and larger groups in collective training, day and night, and in ever more challenging conditions. This is where you really begin to do the business of Army Aviation, to integrate as a member of the Combined Arms team, performing reconnaissance, employing fires and maneuvers, conducting air assaults to maneuver our ground partners and to move critical classes of the supplies, or perform medical evacuation to transport our wounded. This is the essence of being a true aviation warfighter. Second, relationships matter. I know your parents always told you, be careful of the company you keep. That rule still applies, and it's important to surround yourself with people of high character, people that lift you up and don't drag you down, and are committed to getting a little bit better every day. And when I say relationships matter, it's really about 2 key people, a mentor and a wingman. Seek out a mentor who has walked the path you choose to go down. And if you can't find one, I'd be happy to do it. Having someone who has earned a few bruises on the battlefield of life is often helpful to avoid the same ones. And you need a wingman. Being a battle buddy and having a battle buddy is a 2-way street. Be a good friend to those who are experiencing something you've been through, or just be there to listen and invest your time in helping them achieve their goals. This could be a spouse, a friend, a partner who you'll link arms with, and you'll get through it together. For me, serving shoulder to shoulder with good people makes everything better, and it's the best part of service. And I tell you, the more you give of yourself to others, the more you get back. Third, the primary purpose of Army Aviation is for the soldier on the ground. We're not the Air Force, and we're not the Navy. We do not exist for a separate purpose. As Major General Gill says, we are soldiers that see and fight on the battlefield in the 3rd dimension, providing a capability that no other branch can replicate. We share a special trust and bond, something that I was the benefactor of as an an infantry officer, and a bill payer as a troop commander and operations officer in combat. This is the contract we have with our fellow soldiers, and today you continue that legacy of excellence of all the Army aviators that came before you. You will ensure you are the future to ensure that the Army Aviation remains decisive in large-scale combat and an integral part of the Combined Arms team. You will allow the ground force commander the ability to see and sense across the FLOT in the deep area, strike to destroy and defeat enemy forces, move soldiers, equipment, and critical classes of supply across the battlefield, and extend mission command to dominate the information dimension in multi-domain operations. So before I send off the net, I'm going to leave you with one last thought. And I know for you 5 fixed-wing pilots, I said I was only going to make 3. But Army Aviation, we're flexible and adaptable, so I'm going to call an audible here. I'm going to be straight with you for a moment, with you that we're at a point in our history where we face many challenges. The international security environment is the most contentious it's been since the end of World War II, and the branch is being asked to do more difficult things than what was asked for us during 20 years of sustained combat in the global war on terror. But I'll tell you, from my experience in uniform and reading a lot of books, during times of crisis comes great opportunities for organizational change, revitalization, and growth. And leaders must be out front, setting the time, distance, and heading. And that leadership is not going to be provided by dinosaurs like me. It'll be provided by you. You have the competence, the character, and the commitment to be the commanders and leaders our soldiers need and deserve now and in the future. So take what you've learned over the past 18 months to continue to get better, at least up 1% every day, and drive positive change in your units. If you do all that, we'll be a stronger Army on the backside and ready to fight, win, and survive on any battlefields. Well done, class of 2504. We're extremely proud of you and look forward to seeing all the great things you're going to do. So now let's get on with it, what you've all been waiting for, to pin those coveted silver wings you have worked so hard to earn. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel McCarthy, for your inspiring remarks. At this point in the ceremony, we honor those graduates who have excelled in the course. Graduates who are within the top 20% of their class receive special recognition as Commandant's List graduates, honor graduates, or distinguished graduates. The Distinguished Graduate is the title bestowed upon those officers who attained the highest overall scholastic average throughout the entire course of instruction. As the title implies, it is the mark of excellence representing outstanding achievement in academic and flight endeavor. The Distinguished Graduate receives engraved sterling silver wings provided by the Army Aviation Association of America, plus an additional gift from the Military Officers Association of America. At this time, I take pleasure in announcing the distinguished graduates from Class 25004. Lieutenant Hannah Hughes, Distinguished Graduate. First Lieutenant Hughes is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Warrant Officer Kurt Lewis, Distinguished Graduate. W01 Lewis is an active duty CH-47 Fox pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Now we will recognize the remaining top 20% and then the remainder of the class in alphabetical order by rank. Lieutenant Alexandra Cahigal, honor graduate. First Lieutenant Cahigal is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Lieutenant Michael Erickson, honor graduate. First Lieutenant Erickson is an active duty CH-47 Fox pilot. Warrant Officer John Blake, honor graduate. WO1 Blake is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Warrant Officer Brandon Ranke, honor graduate. WO1 Ranke is an active duty dual track C-12 and UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Hunter Ross, honor graduate. WO1 Ross is an active duty dual track C-12 and UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Joseph Vadaz, honor graduate. WO1 Vadaz is an active duty CH-47 Fox pilot. Warrant Officer Rachel Bodeker, Commandant's List graduate. WO1 Bodeker is an active duty dual track C-12 and UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Taylor Hudson, Commandant's List graduate. WO1 Hudson is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Lieutenant Brian Amaya Landano. Second Lieutenant Amaya Landano is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the New Jersey National Guard. Lieutenant Brandon B. Second Lieutenant B is a CH-47 Fox pilot with the Oregon National Guard. Lieutenant Christopher Dalton. First Lieutenant Dalton is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Lieutenant Logan Doyle. First Lieutenant Doyle is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Lieutenant Kevin DeBrule. First Lieutenant DeBrule is an active duty UH-60 mic pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Lieutenant Jordan Fredericks. First Lieutenant Fredericks is an active duty CH-47 Fox pilot. Lieutenant William Goff. Second Lieutenant Goff is a CH-47 Fox pilot with the Army Reserve based out of Virginia. Lieutenant Zachary Manthe. First Lieutenant Manthe is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Lieutenant Samuel Martin. First Lieutenant Martin is an active duty UH-60 mic pilot. Lieutenant Jack Murphy. First Lieutenant Murphy is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Lieutenant William Peary. First Lieutenant Peary is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Lieutenant Kaylee Wallentine. First Lieutenant Wallentine is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Lieutenant Caden Welpley. First Lieutenant Welpley is an active duty CH-47 Fox pilot. Warrant Officer Joshua Bodwin. W01 Bodwin is an active duty UH-60 mic pilot. Warrant Officer Clayton Britton. W01 Britton is an active duty dual track C-12 and UH-60 mic pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Warrant Officer Daniel Cannon. W01 Cannon is a CH-47 Fox pilot with the Ohio National Guard. Warrant Officer Justin Culver. W01 Culver is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Aiden Dickey. W01 Dickey is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Georgia National Guard. Warrant Officer Jacob Dixon. W01 Dixon is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Kentucky National Guard. Warrant Officer Cohen Dunson. W01 Dunson is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Missouri National Guard. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Warrant Officer Ryan Ferguson. W01 Ferguson is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Arizona National Guard. Warrant Officer Ryan Gogarty. W01 Gogarty is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Samuel Malinowski. W01 Malinowski is an active duty CH-47 Fox pilot. Warrant Officer Kevin Mejia. W01 Mejia is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Carly Moran. W01 Moran is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Warrant Officer John Moran. W01 Moran is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Warrant Officer Tyler Perry. W01 Perry is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Joshua Redding. W01 Redding is an active duty dual track C-12 and UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Cameron Reverts. W01 Reverts is an AH-64 Echo pilot with the Mississippi National Guard. Warrant Officer Austin Schaefer. W01 Schaefer is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Idaho National Guard. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Warrant Officer Travis Cernilka. W01 Cernilka is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Warrant Officer Daniel Shute. W01 Shute is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Montana National Guard. Warrant Officer Nicholas Sun. W01 Sun is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Pennsylvania National Guard. Warrant Officer Jerome Sutherland. W01 Sutherland is an active duty AH-64 Echo pilot. Warrant Officer Cyrus Tague. W01 Tague is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Missouri National Guard. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Warrant Officer Matthew Temple. WO1 Temple is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Carson Waters. WO1 Waters is an active duty UH-60 Mike pilot. Warrant Officer Nicholas Wida. WO1 Wida is a UH-60 Mike pilot with the Kansas National Guard. Please come forward and pin your aviator. Graduates, please stand. Please join me in a round of applause for the Army's newest aviation warfighters. Would everyone please stand or remain standing for the playing of the aviation song, Above the Best, and the Army song, The Army Goes Rolling Along.
High, high.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the graduation ceremony. Thank you for celebrating with us. Please enjoy the rest of your day and have a safe and happy holiday season. Class leader, please dismiss the class.